there's a saying. It's 1,000 hours of pain for a minute of glory is always gonna be worth it, and it's true. It's true. It's 100% true. Cause imagine I didn't go through those 1,000 hours. What would I be? Just a regular person that
You'd
nobody
be
knows
laying on the
about?
floor.
Feel
That's
me?
what would happen.
That's all we talk about. So today we got Lorenzo Medina in the building.
Yes, sir.
In the Miami Hustle. You already know. Hey, and if you don't know, he was a national champion as an amateur, and now as a professional boxer, he is 9-0, going on 10-0 in March 1st at Tropical Park.
9 KOs.
9 KOs. That's a knockout specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an honor to have you on the show. Thank you for your time. First of all, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys for having me.
And anytime. Just to get started, so the people that don't know you can get to know you, just tell us a little bit about where you're from. Were you born and raised in Miami?
Yeah, I was born in Hialeah, and then I was in between, like back and forth, Broward and Dade. A lot of my childhood was in Little Havana too.
Shout out Little Havana.
Yes, sir.
Right here.
But now I'm up in Pembroke Pines.
Okay.
I like it there better.
Hey, and also, just so the people that don't know, he's 19 years old.
Yes, sir.
So he's a young champ, about to be a champ. How'd you get into boxing?
My mom couldn't really afford the after-school cares, and she had to work and stuff, so I ended up going to the POW program in Hollywood, or Pembroke Pines. And it was $10 a month at the time,
What is that?
It's Police Athletic League, POW.
Okay.
They had a boxing program there. It was $10 a month, and I was there as soon as I got out of school till my mom could pick me up.
Okay.
And I was when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, one of the questions that the fans asked was, it was actually NyQuil. Shout out NyQuil. You already know. Giovanni Nichols. He asked if these the POW people are going to be champs.
Nah, for sure, bro. Listen, it's just like anything else. If you have a big group of people doing one thing, you can't say every single person is going to be a world champion or is going to be successful in it. A lot of those kids they take it. It helps them with life in a way. It teaches them direction. But other than that, there's also other people that will do something with it and will become world champions. Teofimo Lopez, he's out of the Davy Powell, and, he was undisputed almost twice pretty much.
Nice.
So 100%, any of those kids could be world champions. They just got to put in the work.
So how did that lead to you getting into fighting?
Bro, that's all I've really ever done my entire life. It's all I know. I've never been to sit at home or sit at an office and work on a computer, or that stuff never interested me. And I'm the type of guy, when I say something and I say I'm gonna do it. And I wanted to be a boxer ever since I was a little kid. So I really started taking it seriously when I was like 14. And, it just went on from there.
Nice. Yeah, it's a young age.
Yeah.
I mean, so as boxers, you got to be on point at a young age.
100%. Bro, all these dudes they're fighting, some of them since they're 8 years old, 7 years old. So, and competing and, at that elite level at their age, and for me, I don't feel like I reached that level until I was like 15, 16. So it's kind of like me playing catch up in a way, but at the same time, no, because sparring makes up for all that. Once you get past the lights, it's all about just experiencing the ring, and sparring is such a big part of just learning and becoming a better boxer.
And were you like an athletic kid growing up? Did you play sports?
I've always been a big kid, but for some reason I just always had like the natural defense and the hand speed, even my foot speed. When I won nationals as a kid, or when I was 17, I was 267 pounds.
Damn, 267?
Yeah.
How old?
17. I was like 6 foot. And, bro, I was faster than every single heavyweight there. Way faster than every single heavyweight there.
Was that like did you do sports growing up? Like what?
Just boxing.
Where'd you get that athletic ability from? Just straight up boxing?
Birth,
just throwing
I guess.
hands and jumping around?
Birth. I was just born with bro, when it comes to defense, people ask me, why is my defense so good? I literally cannot tell you.
God given.
It's just like I'll show you videos before I even knew how to fight, and then like the kids couldn't touch me. I wouldn't know how to throw anything off of it, but
When you say your defense is good, you're talking about like dodging,
just
like Muhammad
weaving,
Ali type shit.
just weaving punches, catching punches. That stuff was always natural to me. Of course, it got better as I practiced and I knew how to do it the right way, but the natural ability was there from the start. But I am the type of guy like these heavyweights. They don't depend on their skills. They depend on their size and their power. Where I'm the opposite. I'm depending on my skills. I'm depending on my defense. I feel like I'm super defensively responsible. So that's where I feel like I have the upper hand. These dudes might be twice my size, but the athleticism isn't there. The defense, the skills aren't there.
It's funny you say that and you credit your defense so much when you're 9-0 with 9 knockouts.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
What about the offense?
But if you watch most of my knockouts, they came off of a defensive move.
Nice.
Like my eighth fight, I knocked out this dude Antonio Torres. He was 4-0 with 4 knockouts. First round came, and he was just swinging. He was a southpaw. He threw a straight left. I rolled it and I hit him with a right hand. My hand wasn't even closed, bro. My hand was open when I hit him. I hurt my hand, and he just went down. I didn't get him out of there. He got up, but bruh, stiffed. He went straight to the floor, and it was honestly just because I placed the shot right because of my defense and my hand speed.
Okay, and how were you in school? Like growing up?
School was
because again, you're 19, so that was like right there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I actually always got good grades. I was fighting a lot, so I left actual school in 9th grade, and I got my diploma in a way a year later.
What were you getting into fights for?
Bro, I never started a fight. My mom would beat my ass if I started a fight. It was just a lot of it in middle school was just because people heard I boxed a little bit and they would try me, but
That's funny because I feel like you shouldn't try the boxer.
Yeah, but like they don't believe me, I
They
wasn't.
didn't believe me.
Yeah, whatever. And a lot of it had to do with, kids nowadays are like, oh, meet me here, meet me there. I'm like, no, right now, let's go. Like, and a lot of the times, like these kids would say stuff, and I never hit nobody first, but I'll say stuff to get you to hit me first. But
I respect that. That's what's up.
I respect that.
Yeah, I want to fight you, but I'm not gonna hit you first. I'm gonna say some shit to hurt your feelings, so you hit me first.
Yeah, I'm all about defense too, so I don't really like to start fights. I would never, and I don't like sucker punches either.
But listen, people that get in fights on the street as adults, it's because they're looking for it. Because honestly, I haven't been in a fight since I was in an actual school in 9th grade. So I don't fight for free. I get paid now to do it. Why don't I want to do it for free?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, respect the sport of boxing and the sport of fighting, because street fighting is something else. There's no rules, and that shit's dangerous.
Not even dangerous, just like, what do I get out of it? Like, I see a dude on the
street.
It's
a lose-lose, bro. If you win, you still beat somebody up that could press charges if they want to.
Yeah, and couldn't defend themselves. It's like, and everybody got guns nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't want to get shot for some.
It's not worth it.
At all.
Especially if you're not getting paid for it, like you just said.
Bro, what? I don't have the biggest ego. You could take that mental dub for you. Your ego needs it more than mine.
Yes.
That's what people are fighting out here for. It's their ego.
100%.
Everybody's just trying to like make themselves look like they're the shit. But you said you started when you were 14.
Well, no, I took it seriously when I was 4. I've been in the gym like off and on since I was 8.
Okay.
Or 7.
Even that serious, like you took it serious. What made you take it serious? Like, how many days a week were you going?
Oh, like 5 or 6.
So that's every day.
Yeah, for the most part. I took it seriously because I lived with my grandma for a long time in Little Havana, and I didn't have a gym, and that's one of the biggest things I missed, and because it's the only thing I kind of knew. So when I was able to do what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a boxer. And at the end of the day, like, when you're a kid, you don't know what you really want to do. A lot of these kids say, I want to be a boxer, and they do it for real, and they end up not wanting to do it. And that's kind of what I was testing when I first got back into the gym, which was honestly when I was like 13. Now I realized I wanted to be a boxer when I was 14, and I took it seriously from there on. But you really got to go through it, because there's been moments in my career where, like, damn, bro, this shit's hard. Do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And I do this for real. Um, there's a lot of dudes out here that they do it just for the clout. They do it because it sounds cool. But when you get into a real fight, they're gonna realize like, I don't want to be a boxer. I've been in real fights already. You know, like I already beat two undefeated opponents. I fought Olympic alternates. I fought dudes that been in amateur world championships. I fought dudes with triple the amount of experience that I have. And I've been in real fights and I've been in hard situations where I had to face adversity. And bro, I always come out on top. I don't know how to lose anymore. You know, I took my L's in the amateurs and now I'm a professional. And you know, you gotta keep that winning streak because if not, people look at you differently. It's not MMA.
That record matters, right? Like
In boxing,
like,
yeah, it does.
Like you got to keep those losses as
I-
minimal as possible.
Yeah, for sure. But for boxing, it's more of like as you're building up your career, you don't want to lose, because then people don't think you can fight. When it's that's not the truth, you know. At the end of the day, one of the most important things to have as a fighter is experience, because there's dudes that been in situations that you haven't been in, and they know how to get out of those situations where you don't. You're figuring them out right now. So, a lot of the times, just these matchmakers that put the wrong fighters in the wrong fight, but it also has to do with that fighter, if he's got the heart and the drive to get past those moments. You know, there's a saying. It's 1,000 hours of pain for a minute of glory is always going to be worth it, and it's true. It's true. It's 100% true. Because imagine I didn't go through those 1,000 hours. What would I be? Just a regular person that nobody
Be
knows
laying
about?
on the floor.
Feel me?
That's what would happen.
You feel me? So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna put my all into this. This is my career. This is my life.
Do you
How could I
enjoy the
not?
hard work?
Of course, bro. When I'm out of the gym for a while, I feel like a piece of shit. I'll be real with you. There's nothing going on. There's no productivity going on. Nothing's happening, and in my head, it's just like, damn, somebody else is working harder than me. I've always been that dude that's in the gym more than everybody else, and honestly, I really realized how important that is, the off season, because like after my last fight, I took a little bit longer break than I usually would, and I felt like complete trash when I got back into the gym. First sparring, you know, it was okay, but I had to spar fucking people that were in shape, people that have been working harder than me, and I realized like I never want to feel like that again. So I won't, you know. I'll be back in the gym on Monday after this fight this weekend.
Yeah.
How important is cardio when it comes to being a heavyweight boxer?
Being a small heavyweight boxer, bro, think about these dudes 250, 260, 70, 80 pounds laying on you. You got to carry that weight or you got to get out of there, you know? That takes a lot of energy. So your legs are just super important. Honestly, the legs are... You box with your feet and you fight with your hands. You know what I'm saying? You punch with your hands. Footwork and just legs in general are so important for boxing.
So how do you get your cardio up?
Just run, bro. Run and put yourself in uncomfortable positions. Like, people are always like, yo, why are you wearing a sauna suit? You don't have to. You're a heavyweight. You don't have to cut weight. It's like, but if I could run 10 miles in a fucking sauna suit, like, why wouldn't I? I'm going to do it because I know other heavyweights can't do it. And I show motherfuckers I run 10 miles like that, for real. Like, I do that on a regular basis. And, you know, there's no heavyweights doing that. Nobody can name me one heavyweight that's running 10 miles on a regular basis.
Yeah, like you said, heavyweights, I feel like they mostly depend on their power.
No, for sure. And don't get me wrong. I've been in the ring with heavyweights. I've been in the ring with the best heavyweights in the world. I've been in the ring with Filip Ergovich. I've been in the ring with Lorenzo Medina. He was the world champion at cruiserweight. But that dude's he's a heavyweight, bro. He's 6'6", and you know we're sparring. He's like 230 pounds. You're not gonna tell me he's not a heavyweight.
Cruiserweight gets down to what?
It's from 185 to 200. So he was
He's
cutting.
6'6", getting down to 200.
Yeah, bro.
Bam.
He was a big dude and very annoying in a way. Like his style, very European, long, and for a smaller dude like me, that's hard. So I was blessed to be in a camp with him, like 2 camps in a row, and get to experience and get that work at such a young age. That really helped me a lot, because the heavyweights that come at me and try to like walk me down are going to be the easy ones. It's the ones that are going to use that range and use your feet that are going to give me a tough time. So I was really appreciative of that work.
Speaking of range, how tall are you?
6'1", 6'2".
Okay, so when you go against a 6'6", 6'7" guy, that's...
Yeah, the reach alone, you know, just just those 5-6 inches, they give you an advantage even if your arms aren't longer. They add range to your arms. Um, but honestly, to be real with you, I don't have the hardest time with the tall dudes. It's the shorter dudes that give me a harder time because those dudes I have to get on my front foot. That's not. I wouldn't say that's my strong suit. Although that's what we're working on, and I'm gonna just keep getting better at it. I'm more of a defensive fighter. Everybody knows that. I'm known for my defense, my quick hands, my quick feet. So like, why am I gonna sit in the pocket and just take unnecessary damage?
Heavyweight fighting, like you don't really see too many good heavyweight fighters. Like nowadays, it kind of seems like it's an old school thing. Like,
Don't get me wrong.
What's up with that?
Nah, not necessarily. I feel like as anything evolves, it gets better, and I do feel like just boxers in general are focusing more on the technique, whereas the only reason I feel like the older heavyweights looked way better than the new generation is because they were smaller, they're more athletic, so of course they're gonna look better in a way, and they did have to focus on their skill more because everybody being a smaller heavyweight was more athletic, and I don't care if you're over 200 pounds, where you're gonna hit hard. All these dudes hit hard. So think about that. These quicker heavyweights, these smaller heavyweights that were hitting just as hard with more defense or more technique. So I feel like in a way it was harder, but it's just because of the size. It's not really the actual technique. And if anything, I feel like the technique now is better. It's just they're so much bigger now, bro. Like Tyson Fury's 6'9", Philip Ergovich 6'8", Wilder's 6'7", so you got all these big dudes using that size, and if it works for them, it works for them.
Yo, so you're 9-0 right now, about to go into your 10th professional fight. How long have you been a professional for?
Since April of 2022. It's about to be 2 years next month.
Okay.
Or no, following month.
Okay. So you obviously have a good thing going right now.
Yeah,
do you ever feel added pressure the more fights you go into with that 0 losses?
You know the way I look at it, I got a big-ass target on my back. And it's only because I'm a young heavyweight, and heavyweights aren't supposed to mature until they're like 24, 25. We mature a lot later than most weight classes. And I feel like people do look at me, or they kind of just give me the cold shoulder because of that, because I'm a younger and I'm a smaller heavyweight. But now that I'm showing out when I'm not supposed to, people are gonna start looking at me and just hating, and they do all the time. But that just means I'm doing the right thing. If I don't have a target on my back, then obviously I'm nothing important. So that's the way I look at it.
And what's the road to a world champ looking like?
Bro, just keep performing. Just keep performing. Teofimo told me one thing that really stuck with me. He was like, yo, take the hard fights. It's going to make it easier on yourself in the long run. And it's true. These dudes don't want to give nobody credit nowadays, for taking these fights that they honestly shouldn't be taking, because you got dudes padding their record to their 20-0, 25-0. So, you know what? If I do have the opportunity to take a big fight and move my ranking higher and just get those eyes on me, then of course I'm going to do so. Because at the end of the day, it's a win-win for me. I don't lose. And God forbid the day I do lose, it's a lesson, it's not a loss, And I promise you it wasn't going to be to no bum. It was going to be to a game opponent and a dude that was there to win.
Yeah, that makes sense. So to be a world champ is more about quality than quantity. Like you said, like instead of padding your W's, it's more about who you win.
Yeah, man. Like look at Lomachenko. He had a crazy amateur record. First guy he fought was like, what? He was a former world champion. His second professional fight, they gave him a world title. He lost, but did anybody talk shit to him? No. He ended up becoming the world champion for I think he defended it 3 times. He lost to Teofimo. Everybody was laughing at Teofimo like this dude was crazy. He was calling out Lomachenko from when he was 2-0. Well, look at that. He ended up becoming undisputed against Lomachenko, like he said.
Yep, he saw it.
He even fought way more southpaws than he should have, just so he would be ready for Lomachenko. And that's all it is. I got my eye on the prize. Now, I feel like I'm in a little bit different situation than Teofimo because of my age. The dudes at the top right now probably won't be at the top when I'm up there. They're getting a little bit older now, and that whole heavyweight scene is gonna change soon. I feel. But whoever it is, bro, I want it. And I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there 100%.
Do you think South Florida's like a giant hub for boxing? Like
It is now.
good competition comes out of South Florida.
It is now, and it's not even like people from Florida. There is a lot of good boxers from Florida, but everybody's coming to Florida to train and stuff. And I feel like it started when like the lockdown happened and stuff. We were like one of the more open states, allowing like the fights, the bare knuckle fights, and everybody just felt more comfortable down here. There's a lot of great work down here. You got a lot of world champions that train down here now.
And I saw you fought on Jake Paul's undercard. How was that?
It was great, man.
A couple times, right?
Yeah. I fought on his undercard once, but I fought on his promotion 3 times. It was a great experience.
How did that come about?
My manager knew one of the dudes in there, and they gave me a shot. I was supposed to fight that first time because my opponent pulled out, but they ended up trading out because I was supposed to fight and Andrei Mangushev, that fucking 6'7" Russian from Warriors boxing gym in Hollywood. And he pulled out with a fucking fake hand injury. And so I took a
fake hand injury?
Yeah, pussy ass. Yo, he was
Yo, where's he at though? Is he gonna run it back?
I don't even want it. He lost his opportunity. Now he's fucking stuck on the shelf doing nothing.
Oh no.
It's a good way to put it,
yeah. But yeah, I ended up taking on 2-day notice fucking that Cuban, the Olympic alternate, Angel Napoles. And it was a tough fight it was a tough first 2 rounds, and then I just broke him down. I had my way with him.
So we like to ask this to fighters that we have on, because sometimes it's like mixed feelings about it, but how do you feel about Jake Paul going into the fighting game?
Bro, I feel like he's bringing a lot of eyes. I won't lie, I like him a little bit better as a promoter. He's a great promoter. But he's doing his thing, bro. You can't knock someone for working hard. Because I work hard and I know what it takes. And, he's investing the money into it. He's investing the time, the work. So, yeah, he's using his status. Okay, he's supposed to, People, us as boxers, we can't be jealous of somebody for doing something that we would do if we could. Because at the end of the day, like, when these dudes become world champions, they become real picky with who they're fighting, and they pick who they want to fight. So if he's going to fucking beat up retired UFC fighters, or let him. He can. And honestly, he's doing the same thing that every other boxer does. If anything, he's doing it a little bit harder, because every boxer pads their record when they first go professional. And I respect how he fought on a smaller card his last fight, just to get more experience. And he put us all on a great platform. He put me on the main card, and we sold it out. It wasn't a big arena, but it was 6,000 people, It sold out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was on a great, streaming platform on DAZN too. That's millions of people watching. So there's no hate at all towards that. I love it for boxing. He's bringing a whole new crowd to boxing, and he's paying his fighters well. So why not?
Yeah, shout out to Jake Paul.
Shout out to Jake Paul.
I agree. I feel like you said, hard work doesn't go unnoticed. So at first, a lot of people were talking shit because he's an influencer. But with consistency, you get to prove a lot of people wrong. And he's been taking it serious. He's always in the gym. He's always promoting, like you said. And he's looking out for his fighters, too.
Bro, he's already fighting again. He fights the day after me. He fights this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah, it hasn't even been. In Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And he's not even the main event. You know what I'm saying? He's a co-main. He put Amanda Serrano as the main event. He's done a lot for women's boxing too. People never bring that up. Supposedly there was never a millionaire women's professional boxer until Amanda Serrano. He made her a millionaire. So,
he as in Jake Paul?
Yeah. You got to look at things like that. But it hasn't even been 3 months, and he's already fighting again. You got to respect the activity, too, to stay in the gym and not let yourself go and get too caught up in the success.
Yeah, it's the consistency and the working hard.
Exactly.
And like you said, bro, he's taking the same path as most fighters do. They got to go amateur first. Amateur, you got to build up your record, and then you go pro, and he's been doing it, but a different way.
Yeah, he just, they can't get mad at him for doing what they're doing just on a bigger platform. Yeah, he's making more money, but he had the money before. That money he's making, I'm sure, isn't making a big difference.
True, that too. He could be doing anything. He doesn't have to be fighting people.
And I promise you, he didn't make millions of dollars his last fight. But it was just for experience more than anything.
I think at this point he's more invested in it, and it's
Just
more
for
about
boxing.
the money. It's more about the money, I think, when it comes to.
Well, not necessarily, bro, because
Or
like-
sorry, my bad. Yeah, I said it wrong. It's more about the sport and not
yeah.
the money.
you know how there's a lot of dudes out here that box and don't want to be boxers. They're boxing because it looks cool and because it's respected, and I feel like Jake's going out there and looking for respect, from other boxers, because you got to look at it from his perspective. He was a rich Disney kid, and then went on like Vine and fucking YouTube, and so nobody's ever gonna look at him as a respectable man. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at him as that influencer, and I feel like he just wants to show that. He's respectable. He got hands. He could fight. And, bro, none of those knockouts are fake. I don't care what anybody says. They're not.
If you're looking for respect, trying to become a professional boxer, you're going to find it there.
100%.
You're going to either ball out or you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, you got to respect him even for doing it.
Of course.
Yo, so how do you feel about your next opponent?
My next opponent, he's not my best opponent at all, but he is a game opponent, and he can make you look bad, I got to be on my P's and my Q's, especially for this fight. Because, at the end of the day, you're a heavyweight, you got some pop to you, and anything can happen. He's athletic, he's not big. Like I said, I usually have a problem with the smaller fighters. He knows how to survive. That's sometimes one of the fucking worst fighters to fight. The ones that know how to survive. You go into these fights and
That's
people
that
thinking,
Nate Diaz.
yeah, you go into these fights and people think, oh, you're gonna sleep him, this and this, and then you end up getting fucking taken to deep waters by some dude that you're supposed to knock out. That's why you gotta stay on your P's and your Q's and just stay sharp, because it's all about, you're only as good as your last fight. You know what I'm saying? You could have 10 losses in a row, but if you go in and you knock out a prospect, what are they gonna talk about? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's just looking forward. Just focus on this fight. I'm not focused on what's coming after or what happened before, because I just gotta perform.
Definitely. What's the max amount of rounds that it can go?
Well, this
This fight.
This is a 6-rounder.
6 round.
Yeah.
When does it get to like 12? When
Well,
you think of like.
So the way they do it in pros is they start you off of 4, then 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 is usually for championships.
Okay.
So it could be a smaller championship and you can still fight 12 rounds. I should be fighting 8 rounds in the next fight.
Cool.
So we're moving up, bro. We're moving up. At the end of the day, I'm only 19 and there's no need to rush, but I definitely want to stay active.
Yeah. I asked because this next fight is at Tropical Park. It's outside.
Oh, no, yeah, but I think it's going to work in our favor. Like, you feel it right now. It's chilling.
Right now it's chilling.
I don't feel like it's going to be hot by the time it's 7, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
It might be cold, low-key. That might suck.
Nah, I think you should be fine. It's been nice outside. I don't think it's gonna be too humid or nothing.
Nah. Yeah. I like this weather. I've never fought outside before, so I'm excited.
I was gonna say it sounds exciting, like outside, like Rumble in the Jungle, like.
Honestly,
Like you're outside.
when you're inside and those bright lights are on you and all those people are screaming, that shit's hot as fuck. Super hot. So if I had to choose, I'd much rather outside. Obviously, it depends like where we're fighting.
Have you fought outside before?
No.
Oh shit.
Well, yeah, I have, like in the amateurs, but not as a professional.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to choose, definitely outside.
Interesting.
Of course, it matters like where you're fighting too,
Yeah, for real.
But in Florida, yeah, I'd say outside.
Hey, but it's in Tropical Park, bro. You already know the home team.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring out the whole city.
Bro, the ticket sales been crazy this fight. We have a lot of people coming out, and I still got to drop off like 100 tickets after this. So, ticket sales are going good. There's going to be a lot of people. I'm excited. That's really what I'm excited for. Like, at the end of the day, I'm focused on my opponent, but I'm just glad I get to do what I do in front of, everybody.
Yeah, well, we're excited for you. We're going to be out there. We're going to be rooting.
Yeah.
How long have you been preparing for this fight?
5 weeks. It's been 5 weeks.
And how you feeling?
I feel good, bro. I'm ready. All the hard work's done. We just gonna handle business now.
Yeah, that's what a lot of boxers say. They say that the hardest part isn't the fight. The hardest part is preparing for the
Bro,
fight.
we're talking
The
about
fight's like fun and easy, is what they
yeah.
say.
I'm smiling through all my fights.
And you're heavyweight. There's no weight cut.
Nah, no weight cut. Chilling,
Fire.
chilling.
Yeah, you got it made.
How important is lifting weights as a boxer?
People hate on it so much, but it's like if you can push more force, why wouldn't you punch harder? You know what I'm saying? So you just have to do it the right way. You know, a big shout out to Phil DeRue, my strength and conditioning coach, and Jack Lohan. He's one of the coaches that helped me as well. They've changed it completely for me. I'm at and they've also taught me like how to not get so tired in the ring, because at the end of the day, if you know how to prepare and breathe and what to do for those 12 rounds, it's gonna be a lot easier. Whereas if you're just going out there to fight and you don't know how to breathe and you've never been there before, so you know they put me through it, but they're teaching me how to slow down my breath quicker or how to maintain at a certain heart rate while we're doing high intensity workouts. That's a big thing, you know, very big thing. And what you do in the corner is one of the biggest things, you know. If you can't get your heart rate down in a minute, you're fucked. You're gonna be tired the next round still.
Yeah, that's pro mindset. That's like you only get that from somebody that's gone through it seasoned. Like when you're just first starting out, you're an amateur. Like you're getting punched in the face, you cannot be worried about none of that.
You see these kids, they go out and just nonstop, like they're just trying to get those rounds in. But you know, as an amateur, a lot of times you're only fighting a minute and a half, 2 minutes until you get a little bit older. So you know, it's okay. You know, they got to get that experience anyways.
You said that this next fighter, your opponent, is not the best opponent that you face, but he's good.
Yeah, no,
right?
he's definitely a game opponent. He's athletic and he's been through some like tough fights, so he knows how to survive. You know,
What's his record?
6-4, 6-5, but like all his losses, they're not to like no scrubs. They're all to like prospects and stuff. But nah, you know, I'm excited. It doesn't matter who it is. It's just I get to showcase my skills now.
Yeah, speaking of your skills, I think you're one of the, well, I don't know if you're the quickest heavyweight, but you're one of the quickest heavyweights I've ever seen.
No, 100%. But you know, people always mistake my hand speed for being the reason I'm so good. When it's my foot
It's your
speed.
feet, yeah.
It's my foot speed. Like when you're able to shift over and create those openings that other heavyweights can't do. You know, you're gonna show out. You're gonna get those big knockouts, and I feel like that was the only reason I won my last fight. You know, I didn't get that knockout until I switched stances and I started dancing a little bit in front of him, and he opened up, and I caught him right there. And the only reason that happened is because I was switching stances. I was moving my feet, changing angles and stuff. So 100%. Footwork is so important, way more important than hand speed.
Yeah, you got the skills, but you seem very disciplined and you're young. So to be this disciplined at a young age shows a lot. So where do you think you get that from? Like your hard work ethic.
You know, bro, I didn't grow up the best, so it's like you never want to be in that situation again. You know what I'm saying? So if I could work hard and change my life and change my kids' life and my whole family's life, why wouldn't I? You know, I have the opportunity. I have the tools right in front of me. It's all about just, you know, you just gotta keep chopping that tree and till you get to where you want to be. I feel like a lot of fighters get caught up in the hype after a win and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing to really celebrate until you're a world champion or you're well off, because you could burn through that world championship money real quick. You better defend it a couple times. They forget world champions every day, and you know, legacy over fame and money. I want to be remembered after I pass away. And at the end of the day, the goal is to just make where I'm from a better place and help out the ones that can't help themselves. And that's definitely what I want to do when I can, you know. Boxing is just a tool to do these bigger things. Boxing is a short period of my life, so I'll make the best of it. But I could do so many things. I'm gonna retire before I'm 40. You know how many things I got left to do after that? You know? So this is just a small part of my life.
You're 19, bro.
Yeah.
You just started.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, everything you're saying is facts. And you got any big people that you look up to, like inspirations? Like it could be a boxer, but also just
Yeah.
anyone.
100%. You know, I'm a big hustler, bro, and I feel like I get that from my grandma, my abuela Vagina. She just passed away. Um, but yo, she was a hustler. As soon as she got here from Cuba, she didn't even finish high school, and she convinced someone to help her get a fucking like on in a course for her cosmetics. She had 2 hair salons when she came over here. She was working a regular job and going to school at the same time. Like, she was the definition of a hustler. And you know, this one's for her, bro. This one's for her. She really motivated me this camp.
It sounds like a hustler. Sounds like a Miami hustler.
Nah, 100%.
That's where we get the hustle from too.
Both her salons were at Hialeah.
It comes from like.
Abuela brings the hustle.
Yeah.
Are you Cuban?
Yeah.
Yeah. So us too, and we feel like that's where our hustle comes from too, is our parents, because they left everything they had over there to come here for us.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Like, look at us now.
Yeah.
Hey, you feel me?
Yeah, it was all thanks to them.
Exactly.
So that's big, bro. Sorry for your loss, but for sure you're gonna get this W for her.
She lived her life, bro. She did what she needed to do and what she wanted to do. So, you know, I'm not sad. It should, you know, at the end of the day, it's life, and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. You know, I'm a big believer in that, and I just go with the flow, like I said. You know, I create my own destiny at the end of the day, but I'm not gonna let a bad thing, you know, backtrack me or get in the way of my actual goals. That thing was supposed to happen for a reason. It taught me what it was supposed to teach me, or it made me do something I was supposed to do. But now, you know, it's tunnel vision, back on track.
Yeah. Roll with the punches.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm great at that.
Literally. And yeah, bro, I mean, we're coming up on time, but any other big inspirations that you have that you want to shout out? Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Eat Clean, you know, best meal preps in South Florida for sure. I was just
Clean?
Eat Clean.
Okay, shout out.
You gotta eat clean.
Eat Clean on Instagram. But just big shout out to all my sponsors. 100% Brawlers, Boxing. Teofimo Lopez even helped me out this fight. He bought a patch. Toyota of Hollywood. You know, they're the reasons I'm able to do what I do today. And they support me, whether it be financially, physically, emotionally. You know, I'm very close with all my sponsors, and I appreciate them all.
That's what's up, bro. And last question, what does Miami mean to you?
Bruh, Miami's so many different things. But it just, you know what Miami is to me? If you're not successful in Miami, you're not a hustler. You're not a motivated person, because Miami is full of opportunities. And Miami's home. Now, do I think it's the best place? No. I live in Pembroke Pines now. You know what I'm saying? I like Pembroke Pines, you know? I wouldn't live in Little Havana again, but, you know, I love Little Havana. I rep Little Havana, Hialeah all the time, and I still go there almost every day. But, Miami's home, you know? Miami's home, and even though I wouldn't necessarily raise my kids here, I think it taught me a lot. It's the reason I am who I am today, in a way.
What do you think Miami has taught you the most?
Like I said, you know what's a big thing, especially for us boxers, is networking, bro. Like, you gotta talk to everybody. You never know who you're talking to. I feel like a lot of these fighters are so, like, they walk around like they're so tough and they're hard and they're so serious all the time, but we're regular people too. And I feel like the reason I get these opportunities that I get and these relationships that I get is just because I respect everybody when I talk to them, and I talk to everybody in the same manner I would if it was my mom or my grandma or anybody, you know?
Yeah. Since being in the podcast game and we've got to interact with a lot of these fighters, there seems to be like a great community aspect to it, and like kind of the opposite of what you were just saying. Like, you think a boxer's like solitary by himself doing their own thing. I've noticed the opposite. Like, there seems to be a giant community of people supporting each other.
No, so fighters do support each other. But what I mean is, if they can't relate to you, a lot of the times they won't talk to you, is what I mean. Yeah. A lot of these fighters are scared to talk to people that are outside of their community, I feel like. And I've spoken to a lot of fighters myself, and I have to explain this to them, because I feel like some of them just don't know. A lot of these fighters didn't grow up well, and they didn't have somebody to tell them that and it's not their fault. But like I was lucky enough to be around some people that helped me realize that networking is a big part of our career and our life now. Um, there's opportunities everywhere. You just gotta you gotta open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's facts. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. You said Miami's home. Of course, I agree with that. It's full of opportunities, and it's a great place to network.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what's up, bro. So yeah, I mean, this is your first time on the show. Again, thank you for your time. We're gonna have you back on.
100%.
Hopefully, I don't know when your next fight is, but we're gonna, support you everywhere that you go.
Any fight that Friday.
Have. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna be out there Friday. You already know. He's going for 10-0, and then yeah, bro, the hustle continues. We're gonna keep supporting you, and we'll have you back on the show, and we're just gonna watch you grow, bro. You're still so young, and you have so much to grow that it's gonna be cool to look back at this episode, see where you were, and then fast forward a couple months, couple years later, see where you are.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a future world champ right here.
If you guys
100%.
haven't checked him out, check him out. He puts on a show. He moves like it's not the boring typical like. Nah,
moves like a welterweight.
This guy does like Muhammad Ali foot things in the rings. And, like,
entertainment.
Everybody gonna see on Friday.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna finally be able to see it in person.
Where can they find you? Social media.
Instagram is at Lorenzo Medina, and then 3 underscores at the end. At Lorenzo Medina ____. Twitter at the Giant Killer with 2 R's at the end. That's about it. You guys will find me everywhere else.
Cool. You already know. Until next time, the Giant Killer goes 10-0 this Friday.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Big time.
Appreciate you guys.
Anytime, bro.
That shit was good.